everybody. Thought I would do a quick voiceover to go with my illustration Friday piece. The theme was Queen, and ironically, you guys have probably seen it, I've got a photo of me from after Zine Fest. There was a car parked in the road on the side of the street that had Queen Elizabeth's picture pasted up in the back window like she was sitting in the back seat. It was hysterical. So I just thought it was funny that Queen happened to be the theme for this time. But my daughter used to go by the nickname Ladybug Princess. And this is just a little drawing of her because she's at 17, is no longer a princess. She's a queen of her own life. And I just thought it would be fun to do a little homage to my daughter. I'm not typically very good at drawing people. In fact, it's been kind of a thing for me to push myself on lately. I've got a couple of children's books, Clementine's Garden in particular, that I have had the worst time trying to come up with a final character for. Just when I think I've got her pegged, something shifts in my brain and it doesn't feel right to me. So she is still evolving. This character may actually end up being something that I base Clementine on. I was using blue pencil to draw her for this, and then Copic marker, which I'm still learning to use, but I like the effect. But the crown I wanted to be shiny. So I have this lovely stuff that I was turned on to at an art retreat. Liquitex Professional Soft Body Acrylic, and it's the iridescent rich gold. And I like the fact that it actually looks gold, looks really shiny, looks like rubbed on gold foil, and the color's beautiful. I've used it in mixed media before. If you've ever seen the one fall leaf piece that I did that was kind of turquoise and red shades, it was a card that I had made for somebody at that same retreat. Somebody had given me a partial bottle of this paint and I fell in love with it. So that is definitely an art supply that I'm hooked on. But you can actually see the blue lines. I'll take photos of it, but you can actually see the blue lines underneath the paint. It's translucent enough to where you can see the drawing and everything. And I really love this stuff. I really love the effect. So I wanted to use that for the crown. And the Copic that I used for her skin was, let me take a look here, Skin White. If you have Copic markers, it's E00. And then what I was using for her hair, and I was worried I was going to ruin the whole thing, but it came out pretty nice, was the Sepia E37. And then for her cheeks, I actually used Pale Fruit Pink, which is E000. And then I put orange highlights on, which you'll see here in a moment, in Apricot, which is YR16. And again, those are the numbers for the actual Copic markers. And I'm using the Copic Chow, which is the medium broadhead on one end and the super brush on the other. I don't really use the broad end very much. I did in the pumpkin one the other day that I did, but usually I'll stick to the brush tip. And the necklace she's wearing is actually something that I have found at a yard sale that I fell in love with. She still wears it. But her hair is this, it's not really brown, that's not really red. It's kind of in between. Not necessarily an auburn, probably more brown, but out in the sun she's definitely got more red highlights. And it's been really something I've pushed myself on is to not outline everything. And that's a big step for me. There are actually a couple of changes that I'm going to make in Photoshop. Maybe. I wish I had done it in just pencil, but I ended up doing a face on her with the micron. And even with the micron, came out a little too harsh to me. But and I'm losing my voice today for some reason. I'm not sure why. It was fine until I got on camera, I think. I've been kind of tired lately. I've been working a lot. And Zine Fest kind of did me in our anniversary and everything, so. Now we're prepping for the Berea Makers Market holiday show, November 17th, which is actually also my mother's birthday. And she'll be 85 this year. Yeah, she'll be 80. No, she's not 85. Yeah, I guess she's 85 this year. I'll be 49 November 20th. And it hardly seems I'm going to be 50 next year, but I'm going to be 50 next year, so. Now the crown, I didn't outline it, but I did want to put some details on it. And then here is where I kind of made a mistake. I don't know. Her nose and eyes would have been fine, and I probably should have done the mouth in just pencil. Sometimes you get carried away. What I can do in Photoshop probably is select the black and make it a lighter color. Just most likely what I'm going to do. And yeah, I could probably have not put that in the strokes in her hair too, but that's also something that I can select in Photoshop and redo. So, hindsight. Overall, I'm happy with how she turned out. And it's certainly good enough for Illustration Friday. But I hope you like it, and I hope you play along with me with Illustration Friday. And I'm going to try and keep up with it each week, along with everything else. And I'm going to post some other stuff today. As far as for Inktober, I've got 2 drawings, and I'm hoping to work on some inchies as well. I will probably do an inchy a day, which I'll do yesterday and today's. And with my little dragonfly chop, that is the end. Thanks for joining me, and talk to you soon.